Hello and welcome. In the last class, we were discussing the input output, how to connect input output devices to a PLC. So today we will be discussing ladder programming. But before we start, I just want to tell you that I was expecting some feedback. In case if you have watched the video, do give a feedback. That will be appreciated and that will be useful for further videos. So, and in case you have any doubts, you can always ask me. You can message me on WhatsApp. So let's start with ladder programming. So basically, ladder programming is a method of programming PLCs using ladder diagrams. Basically, ladder programming is very easy and diagrammatic method of using programming the PLCs. Now, each program task is specified as a rung step of a ladder. So basically, in ladder programming, we create blocks ladder wise. So first we will create one step, then another step, and then another step. So in the diagram we can see a simple example of ladder programming. On the extreme left, a that we have marked, a is a simple electrical circuit. Here we have we supplying power to the circuit, and then there are two switches. The switches are in series. It means that if both A and B are closed, the solenoid will be energized. So this is basically acting as a and logic. If both are high, then output will be high, and if one of the switches is open, then the output will be from the solenoid will be zero. Now the figure B is another method of representing this electrical diagram. These are the power rails. The left one is the mm, positive voltage, and the right one is the negative terminal of the power source. And here we can see that both the switches are connected in series, and this is the solenoid. So when both the inputs will be high, A and B will be closed, both the switches will be closed, the solenoid will get energized. So in a similar way, we represent a ladder logic diagram. So this is a one rung of ladder logic diagram. Here we can see this is input A, this is input B, and this is the output. Very much analogous to this, but this is the input A will be the input to a PLC. Similarly, input B is another input to the PLC. So what this is showing is if the input A is high, we have connected an input to PLC, and if the input is high and the input B is also high, the output, some specific output will be high. Will be high. It can be we can switch on a relay, we can switch on a solenoid or whatever. But basically, what we are trying to say is this is how we represent a ladder logic diagram. So the inputs are represented by, this is how we represent in input, and this is how we represent the output. So this simply gives that if both the inputs are high, the output will be high. This is basically a and logic for implementation using a PLC. So now let's move forward. Now here is a sample program that we have programmed using a ladder symbols. So basically, whenever we will open a ladder framework, these symbols are available in the libraries. So you can select this symbol, drag it, and place it here. Then you can drag the output symbol and place it here. So all these symbols are available in the library. We have to just open the appropriate library, drag them, and place it in the working area. If we get a time, we will work on an open source PLC program available on the internet. So these are the symbols that we can drag and place in the our workspace, and this is a simple program. So what this is showing is if input 1, this is input 1 and this is output A. Similarly, this is input 1 and this is input 3 and this is output B. This is input 4, this is input 5, we can see all this. So what this is saying is when input 1 is high, output A will go from low to high. So basically there are many output ports we know. So we have connected we are making output A high if input 1 is high. Similarly, this is the AND logic. If 1 and 3 are high, output B will be high. Similarly, this is a OR. If either of input 4 or 5 is high, output C will be high. And in the end, we will use the AND statement. And here we can see this is the input signal for input as contacts not closed until input, which means that this symbol means that as long as the input is low, the input is low, output will be low. As soon as the input goes from low to high, the output will change its state, or it will go from low to high. Similarly, this is a input as contacts which are closed until input. So if we are using this input symbol, it means that as long as there is no input, this will behave as a closed switch, which means that as long as there is no input, if we are using this symbol here, it means that as long as there is no input, the output will be high. But as soon as the input goes from low to high, this will behave as an open switch and the output will go from high to low. So let's see how how these operations are carried out by PLC. First of all, we will make the appropriate ladder program, and then how the PLC executes the program. The first thing is PLC scans the input associated with a particular rung of ladder. So what the controller will do is it will go to the start of program and start scanning each rung or each step one by one from top to bottom. So it will scan the input associated with the particular rank. So suppose if it is in the first rung, it will scan the status of the input. If the input is high, then it means it will behave as a close contact. The output will be switched from low to high. And if the output is already high, then it will be reset to high again. Once the first step is completed, then it will move on to the next rung. In the next rung, we see there are two inputs. So the PLC will check the status of input 1 and input 3. And if both are high, then the output B will be switched to high. And if either of the inputs are low, then as this is the AND gate, this output will be switched from high to low. So this is how the PLC controller will move from one step to another until the end is reached. When the end of program is reached, the control goes back to the beginning. So once the end is reached, that will go back to the beginning and start scanning again. So this is how the controller goes through the program, and we know that in the meanwhile the status of inputs might be changing from low to high or high to low. For example, if there is a limit switch, if object comes in proximity of the limit switch, its state will change from low to high. So the PLC will keep scanning the states, and as soon as it sees a change of state, it will apply the logic and switch the outputs accordingly. So this is how the control of the PLC executes the program. So let's move forward. So this is an illustrative example showing a simple ladder logic diagram and the hardware circuitry. So here we can see this is how we are showing a PLC. So what we have done is we have connected a switch to input X400. So as we all know that the inputs and the outputs are addressed. Each input will have a unique address. So in some of the PLC, I think Mitsubishi uses these symbols. X is used for inputs and Y is used for outputs. So there will be maybe from X400, X401. So there will be different address for different input ports. So we have connected the limit switch to input X400. and the output is connected to Y430, and the output is a solenoid. Now here we can see that the plus 24 volt is going into the switch, and then the input from the switch is going to X400. So this is basically a sourcing input, and sorry, the switch is acting as a source, and the input X400 is acting as a sink. We have already discussed this in the previous lectures. So here we can see is that when the switch will be closed, so basically what we want is when the switch is closed, the input goes from low to high, and when the input goes from low to high, we want the output Y430 to be high. So basically what is happening is we are connecting inputs to the input ports and outputs to the output ports, and there is no interconnection. So how do we relate the input to output is by using the program. So here is a sample program how to relate the input to the output. So this is the input, which is normally open. As long as the input will be low, this will behave as an open switch. So we will address it by X400 because the input is X400 and the output is Y430. And as it is only one rung program, so in the end we will use AND. So what it depicts is when the input goes from low to high, output Y430 will go from low to high. So this is how the program is written. Now what the controller will do, controller will scan each rung until the end is reached and then repeat itself. So as soon as the switch is pressed, there will be a change of state, and here X400 will go be high and it will behave as a closed switch. So this is how we represent how we associate the hardware circuitry to the ladder logic program. So let's go to the next slide. Now this is another example of the PLC hardware circuitry and the ladder logic diagram. So this is basically a temperature control system. Let's first see the hardware. The hardware basically consists of a thermistor, and we all know that thermistor is a temperature sensitive element. The temperature negative temperature coefficient means if the temperature of the thermistor increases, then the resistance will decrease. So the hardware basically is a thermistor and a operational amplifier, and the operational amplifier is connected as a comparator. Then there is the PLC and a relay. This is the relay and a heating element. So this is the hardware circuitry. Now let's discuss the hardware first. Here we can see that the thermistor is connected in a Wheatstone bridge, and there are 3 resistors of equal resistance. So in the Wheatstone bridge, the 3 resistors are of equal resistance, and the thermistor and the resistance of thermistor will change as the temperature changes. So initially, if RT is the resistance of the thermistor, RT will be greater than R. So what is happening? This is acting as these two acting as a voltage divider, because the resistance are of equal resistance. Then this point will have the potential drop will be equal across both the resistors. So this point will have potential 12 volts. This is not R but 12. But here as RT is greater than R, so the potential drop across this will be more and the potential drop across this will be less. So the potential at here will be less than 12 volt. Here the V will be less than 12 volts. So both these are connected to 2 arms of a operational amplifier. Now operational amplifier is basically acting as a comparator. Now what is a we don't have to study much details of the amplifier, but see what is a comparator. There are two inputs of a amplifier. The plus one is the inverting input and minus is the non-inverting input. So when the comparator is connected as a the comparator is sorry the amplifier is connected as a comparator, this is the input output relation between the amplifier and the so this is the input output relation for the amplifier. So here we can see is that when v as long as v1 is greater than v2, v1 is the inverting input. As long as v1 is greater than v2, the output will be at its lower level. So it means that as long as v1 the potential at this is higher than the potential here, the output will be 0. But as soon as v2 gets greater than v1, the output will be go from low to high. So this is v2 and this is v1. So we know that v1 is 12, but initially the resistance RT is greater than R. So which means that the potential here is less than 12 volt. So the output will be low. But as the temperature, the heater is initially operational, the switch is closed. So because the heater is operational, the switch is closed mean that the relay is energized. So the Y430 is initially high. Now what is happening? The temperature is increasing, the temperature of the room is increasing and the thermistor resistance will keep decreasing. And when V2 becomes equal to 12 volt, any further increase in temperature means that V2 will become less than 12 volt. And as soon as V2 becomes less than 12 volt, what will happen? The output from the comparator will go from low to high. And as soon as the output goes from low to high, X400 will go to high. And when X400 goes to high, then here is the ladder logic diagram. As we have already told that initially the relay is energized, which means that Y430 was initially high. So that's why we are using a normally closed contacts, which means that as long as there is no input, the output will be high. But as soon as the input goes from low to high, the output will go from high to low, which means that as soon as this output goes from high to low, the relay will get de-energized and the contacts will open. So this is how we associate the hardware circuitry with the ladder logic diagram. And maybe you must not understand the relay function, but I will discuss it in a later video. So that's all for today. And please do send me feedbacks if in case you are watching the videos. So that will be helpful for me and for the class also. Thank you.